good afternoon, good evening, wherever in the world. We're at Springbank. We're in the wash bar, or the washback bar, or the backwash bar, or the bar back.
Do not get backwash and washback mixed up at all. That's completely different whiskey.
And if you want to wash your broke back, you can go for it. But we're not in a Brokeback Mountain bar, we're in a washback bar. We're at Springfield.
Springfield. We had a Springfield, Springbank, Spring Hill.
That's up there. Yeah, we are back at the washback.
He said it, not me.
That's where we are. Yeah.
So we've actually got two Kilkerran drams in front of us. We've got the 7-year-old and the 12-year-old. The 7-year-old is the cast strength, first fill, caged. Now, why is it caged? Because Springbank do something very different to the others. It's the elusive cage at Springbank that people will know if they come. It's that type of thing. And I won't say too much because we haven't just got our normal audience. We've got the entire production team and marketing team of Springbank. So we have to be on our best behaviour. Stones and crows, yeah. So we're going to go for the 7.
No.
We're going to go for
the cast strength. So
Yep.
have a whiff of that.
So he wants me to have a whiff.
You're the nose man, Pinocchio.
Oh, yeah. Ooh, I'm quite enjoying that. There's a nice sweetness. There's a on the nose. So there's a honey, light citrus, little bit of
Get the menu up. Sorry.
Little bit of a zest.
I'm gonna give that back to you. I'm smelling your nose.
So what exactly percentage was this one?
46 for the 12-year-old.
46. So, cheers to all the staff and the millions of people watching at home.
Cheers, Barney.
Barney, Mo's actually stepped out. Oh, that one's not Mo. That's somebody else. That's not Mo, says lad.
Jesus. What are you doing? I'll leave you to taste.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you're the nose and feel man. That sounded wrong as well. Oh, definitely. Look how ginger I am on that. There we go.
Nice bit of toffee,
I
a
get
little
that
bit of
ginger off
vanilla, little bit of honey, a slight hint of brown sugar. But it's very rounded, smooth,
Again?
not a lot of heat.
Yeah. I mean, it's amazing how smooth they've been.
Yeah.
This is really smooth. I said that gentle heat element. It's not overpowering at all. It just reaches a certain plateau, goes off, but it hangs around. There was an element of dryness at the beginning that didn't last long before the mouth is just filled with your saliva. Just not yours, mine.
Not each other's saliva. That'd be a bit weird. Or would it?
It would. There's a lot of wood, yeah. No, it's for me. I'm getting more of the wood coming off that. That's what's residing. But I mean, the Hazelburn and this are
very good.
It's the oils are all around the mouth.
Yeah. Now this would be a close joint if this was on the flight along with what we've just had. Yeah, this would probably be time with Hazelburn 10-year-old at this point.
Yeah, and it's 2 years older, and I'd still be tying it with that. I wouldn't be able to push one above the other, but that's really good. That's really good.
Really good. And considering Kilkerran only distilled 3 months of the year, so there's kind of that
What did you say,
element.
2,000 litres?
About 2,000.
Yeah.
So, kind of like in my eyes, I prefer to buy a bottle of Kilkerran to a Springbank. just for
Rarity.
that rarity.
Yeah.
Um,
I mean, I don't know how much a bottle sets us back at this stage. I'm assuming there's a premium for the reduction in production. I didn't
so
think that's a right.
every time I've actually looked at a Kilkerran, it's actually been cheaper than I thought.
Okay.
So it's kind of where Springbank's kind of hit that upper level, that upper tier of its price margin.
Yeah.
Kilkerran's always kind of like stayed more or less the same.
Yeah. So that sort of whiskey price inflation it's not been hit by that
No.
we've talked about a few times.
And some distilleries are very good at it. Some not so good. So, but yeah, that one, yeah, I enjoyed that.
I mean, that was really good, and that is their generally lowest age statement that they produce all the time. But the next one we've got lined up, this is younger, so this is 7 years, and I hope it comes off on camera, but it may not at that stage, but it is much lighter.
Yeah.
That is much lighter. But this, don't forget, the standout for this is that this is the first fill.
Yeah, and I will say that the colour of that one is kind of like 12 pints the night before. So it's that level
It's
of
on that measure, yeah.
that measure.
But I've already a whiff of it off camera earlier. But the thing is, oh my god, that's so much better. That is, not only are you getting more of the wood than you're getting on the actual 12-year-old there, but oh wow, there's such a sweetness. Like, I'm not going to say cotton candy levels, but there are the levels of sweetness is nearing that. That was around that. Is that more? That's probably the sweetest, and we've had some sherry ones, and that's probably the sweetest for me. But it's a delicate sweetness that I'm feeling off that.
Yeah, it's kind of like it's kind of like at the soft fudge stage. So it's got that sweetness of like toffee, honey, but there's a kind of like it kind of like caramelized a little bit. But I'm also getting a little bit of smoke.
Ooh, I didn't pick up smoke. I definitely could, the sweetness, very sugary sweetness for me. Toffee edge, yeah.
I'm getting a little bit, just very fine bit. But there you go, mate. You go for it first because I went first last time.
That nose is so inviting. Oh my god. Right. As to be expected, even before I'd swallowed at that stage, the drying elements, very, very drying. The heat is building up, but my god, that's tobacco in it.
Yeah.
Nothing of the fruit has come through so far at the moment. That is big tobacco.
Yeah, that's like emptying my mother's ashtray. Like, it's like a couple of years ago when that Icelandic volcano went off and grounded all the planes.
What, you
It
out there
wasn't a
eating the
volcano,
ash?
it was just my mum's ashtray that was emptied.
She knocked it off the table.
Yeah.
That is so tobacco-y. I wasn't expecting that. But again, we don't know, first fill bourbon, what bourbon it's come from that stage. But that,
Yeah. But it's also a little bit woody. Not casky, but
the wood, the wood's there.
it stands out a little bit more.
Now, is that the element of smoke you're picking up on the nose, which is actually coming through as tobacco fully on the flavour? And I've got a feeling that's what that is, but that is... And don't forget, this is young, this is 7 years first fill.
Yeah.
But the questions obviously arise of what bourbon was it? Because that's going to impart most of these. And I think we, to discover that, we'd have to go through and drink all the bourbon, wouldn't we?
Yeah.
I'm not going down that route.
I mean, we've already given bourbon a good go,
Yeah.
haven't we? So,
I really like that. I know it sounds weird, I really like that, but I still, that probably would, for me, slot in third place out of all the ones we've done. I would put the joint firsts there, I know it sounds weird to then say joint first. I've got a second, but I am doing that. Second would be the sherry wood,
The Hazelburn Sherry Wood.
and then it would be this, followed by the peat. Actually,
I think I put the non-age statement
peated.
just ahead of this,
Yeah.
just slightly ahead.
Thanks, director.
Sorry about that. That's the director who's he's pissed. He's pissed. He's had a cup of tea and it just sent him over the edge. I'm not sure what the TZBV was, but
I've really liked that sort of tobacco-ness of it. I know it sounds weird, but the tobacco element was massive. So when you first have it, the nose is very inviting, the sweetness on it, the wood is there as well, but the sweetness. And then when you drink it, you get that dried element, then you get a bit of pepperness, and then that goes, and it's complete taken over by, for me, tobacco, and then the wood afterwards resides.
yeah.
But I still would say I prefer, obviously the Hazelwood 10 and the 12-year-old one, only because just the mouthfeel, the oils left afterwards, it left a really enjoyable taste longingly in the mouth.
Yeah. And what I will say is, if anyone's actually visiting Kintyre or going off to Isla, then it's definitely well worth popping down to Campbelltown. I know the ferries this year have been cancelled for the year, but don't let an extra 40 minutes spoil what is still a good tasting, but I would definitely recommend doing Hazelburn and Kilkerran.
Ferries for 24 are off the books, but if you're planning for next year, early spring's a good time. Not so busy with tourists. Decent weather every other day.
Yeah.
And everything's open because it's the spring summer season. So get after Easter, everything's open.
But definitely come down to Springbank and kind of don't do what we've seen other people do. They've kind of walked straight in and gone, I want to try a Springbank 10-year-old. Or the 40-year-old. Actually give the Long Row, the Hazelburn, the Kilkerran a good go.
Oh, Hazelburn, Kilkerran, yeah.
And if you get a chance at Glen Scotia as well, that's another.
Yeah, that's not here. You can't say that in the your supposed backwash bar, can we?
Backwash,
Mouthwash.
mouthwash,
You want to call it.
Brokeback Mountain Wash.
I think we should leave it there before they
Actually,
kick
to
us
be
out.
honest, I think we're about to go for a Brokeback Mountain Wash in a loch on a beach. I mean, it could just be me on my own. If you want to come along, let me know in the comments. Adios.